Poppy Playtime 3 is terrible. But before, I get into, all of that, I want to talk about why the game was even good in the first place. So let's wind it back. So, if y'all watched yesterday's video, I usually just do like gameplays and all of that. You know what I mean? I've been getting back into my horror games, and Poppy Playtime's been doing good recently on my channel. Poppy Playtime 1 was good. It was a very short game. I loved it. A little creepy. Not too crazy. It was just an interesting game. Then Poppy Playtime 2 came on the channel. After Poppy Playtime 1 did pretty good for me, Poppy Playtime 2 was just like, I was just going in that direction. I played that. It was a little longer, but it was a little bit more scary than the first one. There was more puzzles, but I didn't care for that because like it wasn't that long of a game. It was pretty simple. It was simple puzzles. It was nothing too crazy, and it wasn't puzzles after puzzle after puzzle. It was actually like I actually got scared a few times. So that game was pretty good. Those two games were actually they were decent. They were good. They did good on the channel. I loved it. I loved it. Then Poppy Playtime 3, not amazing. But when I played it the first playthrough or first part, amazing. Just a little like audio technical difficulties. It was nothing too crazy. The intro to the Poppy Playtime 3 was, dude, honestly, beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Oh, that's a crazy sound. Ugh. Bro.
It's hard to come across a good like intro to a game, and that game was, oh my god, bro, amazing. The intro to the game was like actually really good. It was creepy, it kept me like what is going on, bro? And then it was just like it was a really good intro, it was like it was something that kept my attention on the game. And then the whole like nightmare part of the game, it was like when I couldn't look away from the TV and I was like freaking out. And then I finally got that chance to look away from the TV, and then I look back at the TV and something's popping out at me, and it was just like, dude, welcome home. It was actually creepy because I wasn't dealing with 1,000 puzzles before I had to get there. Like I had to deal with a few puzzles, but it was nothing crazy. So when I finally got to that scary part, I wasn't already tired of the game. And so it was like, it was very creepy, and the game was dark. It was nothing. It wasn't. When I tend to get confused at games, I tend to get tired of the game. Or when I have to redo the same thing over and over and over, I tend to get tired of it, and then like the game is no more fun to me. And that's kind of where Poppy Playtime 3 started to lead. I just played the game right now. The video will probably not be uploaded, only because honestly it was very boring. I think I played for 2 hours, and I think if I was to upload it right now, I think it would be like a 30-minute video. I'm being for real. Like I think it would probably be like a 32-minute video. Like yesterday I played for an hour and it ended up being like, I think 26 minutes, I believe. But 2 hours to a 30-minute video is kind of crazy, because I think for the whole hour and 30 minutes I was literally like, I'm being like so for real, literally just puzzles for an hour. And like an hour to like 10 minutes I was just doing puzzles. And then when something finally cool started to happen, was I think it was like the teacher or whatever. If y'all watched someone play the game, like y'all would see what I mean. It was like a teacher, and the teacher couldn't move if you were looking at her, but when you weren't looking at her, she wasn't very fast and she wasn't scary, you know what I mean? Like it looked like some regular teacher. Like it literally looked like some regular teacher with like a stick in her hand. it was stupid because I did puzzles for an hour just to get this like the stupidest like gameplay, and they made the puzzles like I wouldn't say like difficult, but like if you just wanted to play like an easy like horror game just to get some scares in, you know, just for some content, like those puzzles did not need to be like that hard. I'm playing hard because like they're not hard puzzles, but they're like very time consuming. And that's why I started to get tired of the game. Once after the teacher, it was just like I was like, I don't even want to play anymore. But I kept going because I felt like I was like at least getting to something. I thought I was gonna get to something, and then we got to like some cinematic or like a cutscene or whatever of Poppy, and apparently one of the monsters are actually good. And then it wasn't. I don't know. It wasn't even like. Honestly, it wasn't even like worth it because we just like talked on like some elevator or whatever. It was just so stupid. And I guess what we did after, literally more puzzles. And I think I did puzzles for another 30 minutes. And like by then I'm like already tired of the game. I'm literally already tired of the game. And I think it was a bad thing because when I was already completely tired of the game, hold on, I gotta yawn. By the time I got to something, it was the dog or whatever. Why do I keep having to yawn? Okay. It was like some dog, he was like chained up. And I'm like, oh my god, like it's crazy because like, dude, his whole like half of his body is freaking gone, bro. Like his body is gone. And like even after seeing that, I'm still tired of the game, like because I already know, oh, I'm gonna go through this and there's gonna be more puzzles. And well, I'm gonna get to that in a second. So the dog talks to me and everything, talk about Catnap, you know, the main character or whatever, which you don't see like at all. Like you really don't see Catnap like the whole game. I think just in the beginning where he like pops out a few times, but you don't see him in the game. And he's the main character, which I'm hoping I would see him in the game. Like Playtime 1, Huggy Wuggy. He's the main like character that you see. You see him everywhere. Playtime 2, Mommy Longlegs, you see her everywhere, posters, everything. Playtime 3, you're facing so many other people that you kind of already forget about Catnap because Catnap's like not even in the game, and you don't even see pictures of Catnap. You see all the other smiling friends, or you see mainly Huggy Wuggy. And I think that's the stupidest thing because Catnap is a very cool looking character, very creepy. All the characters look so beautiful. I mean, like all the characters look amazing, and then you don't get to see them much because you're too busy doing puzzles, and I find that so ridiculous. Back to what I was saying. He's telling you about Catnap and how like Catnap's not gonna stop until like everybody is dead and he's the last smiling friend because he's already killed all the other ones. And then a bunch of things start coming out and like pause. They start coming out and getting inside of him. Pause. Okay, pause. They start to like crawl inside of his body and they take control of him. And he moves at like extra, like he's moving fast. I died a few times because I didn't know where to go in the beginning, but then I ended up actually just looking up like where to go and I figured out. So I didn't mind that part because like horror games, I'm gonna end up having to look up where to go anyway. Sometimes I usually know where to go. I figured out where to go, but then you have to go through all these tunnels and it's so confusing, and then you die a few times. And I think after I escaped him, that's why I stopped, because there was literally more puzzles after that. And I was like, dude, I'm tired of these puzzles. Like this is literally the whole chase. I was like this. And I'm being so for real. This is the whole chase. I was like, I think in the beginning I was like scared because you could hear him do. And he's like fast. And when you turn around, he's like in your face. And I'm like, bro, like this is crazy. Like this is actually crazy. Like he's in your face and it's like, bro, he's so creepy looking. Like I'm kidding. The character designs are so freaking cool, bro. They're so cool. like the graphics of the game, the character designs, the freaking oh my god, the stories in the VHS, bro. Oh my god, dude, the VHS. Some of them like they're kind of pointless, but dude, the VHS stories, dude, they're cool, bro. Like when that mom was talking about her daughter and she was like, no.
Will show normal, and we'll continue to monitor. She'll be okay. No!
Oh my god!
Pardon me if I'm not comforted by that.
The voice actors, whoever voice acts those, to be honest, like whoever voice acts those, like you're amazing. Like y'all are all freaking crazy good voice actors. But yeah, I stopped after I escaped the dog because of all the puzzles, and I was really tired of the game, and that's where I ended it. And you know, out of my curiosity, I didn't stop recording. Yeah, I was kind of sitting in the title screen. I was kind of like, I went to go research if I should even keep recording this, and I clicked the video, the full playthrough, and I skipped all the way to where I was, and I kept skipping. And I'm not gonna lie, the guy was literally doing puzzles for another 30 minutes. It was like a no commentary thing, him just going through the whole game, and he's literally doing puzzles for another 30 minutes to 40 minutes. And there's another cutscene where like Catnap is like transforming, I think. I don't know, I was skipping through it, but you finally see Catnap, but for like one little chase scene, and then he's gone. And you literally don't see Catnap at all. Like he's always gone. And it's just so dumb, because then after that he's doing more puzzles for another like 10-20 minutes. And then the ending of the game, which I didn't watch because I didn't know if I was going to play it ever again. And if I do play it again, then I wouldn't want to know the ending of the game, because then it would defeat the whole purpose of playing the game through. But yeah, that's why I say it's a terrible game, just because it kind of like takes off the interest. I think all the puzzles kind of takes off the interest for playing the game, or what? How do I word this? The game just does. It's just not interesting anymore. The game all the puzzles make the game not interesting anymore, because it gets so boring and it gets so tiring to the point when we get to something cool, we're still already tired of the game. Like, you better make a cut. When the new game comes out, I'll probably play. Maybe I'll probably play it. I just hope that if I'm gonna be doing puzzles, it better be the most lit freaking playthrough right after. Like, the puzzles better be worth it. And it's just like, for this, the puzzles weren't worth it, because after a puzzle, you would have to do another puzzle. And I was literally walking around this house for like, I don't know what it was. I think it was a house or like a big mansion or whatever. I was walking around that for like an hour, just doing a puzzle just to find another puzzle, just to find another puzzle right after that puzzle. And I was just getting tired of it. But the only reason I say it is a terrible game is because it just wasn't worth it. Like, it wasn't worth its playthrough. I don't know if that makes sense. I just didn't like the game. And I feel like I'm going to get I'm definitely going to get a lot of people that are not going to agree with me, because they're going to be like, yeah, this game was amazing. The game was amazing if you weren't making content on it. If you were just playing it, like, yeah, I can sit here and I can play the rest of the game, no content, whatever. But I would literally be sitting here like this, playing the whole time. I wouldn't even be like excited or like scared of the game, because there's too many puzzles. Like, it would bore me to death. And on conclusion, though, the beginning of the game, so freaking good. I loved it. Amazing. Middle to the end, absolutely terrible. Too many puzzles. Cutscenes were boring. Jump scares started to get terrible. In the dog chase scene, it was pretty good. It was just, I was already so tired of the game, it didn't even matter. So I hope to find another good game. I want more puppet combo games to play. And honestly, I was thinking I'm gonna be getting a PC soon. So there's gonna be a lot more games to play because I don't want to find another game like this. It's not a terrible game, but it is a terrible game. I don't know how to. But yeah. Um, if y'all want to know like more of what I'll talk about, just comment down and just ask questions. I'll reply to y'all. I didn't record for long. It's just a nice little 16-minute video, 15 minute, I don't know. But yeah, I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.